go back to a story that's been hitting the headlines across the country. Now, tonight, folks, fresh details are emerging in the escalating leadership wrangles at the Nairobi Hospital, shedding light on what may have triggered the latest standoff. It has now been established that a prominent industrialist was among names recommended by a senior government office for appointment to the hospital's board, a move that reportedly put the current board on high alert and sparked the dramatic events witnessed over the weekend. This dispute, which is said to have begun in 2024, has since spiraled into a complex legal battle, with the hospital now entangled in multiple court cases. Mudhoni Brenda reports.
The saga surrounding the management of the Nairobi Hospital took a new twist on Tuesday.
It's brainless opposition. They are just scavengers. Scavenging on any headline. Oh, sijui nini Nairobi Hospital nauzwa, sijui nani anataka kununua, wacheni ujinga.
President William Ruto saying the recent arrest of officials linked to the ongoing hospital crisis was a necessary intervention to protect a critical national institution. This coming after a section of doctors affiliated with the hospital say they reached out directly to William Ruto, appealing for urgent intervention to save the facility from what they described as escalating mismanagement and leadership failures.
Free Dr. Obwaka! Free Dr. Obwaka!
And as the saga continues, TV47 has now obtained a chilling account from a whistleblower, an account that has now cast the ongoing hospital crisis as more than just a boardroom dispute, painting it instead as a calculated high-stakes power grab, allegedly driven by external influence, intimidation and engineered takeovers. At the center of the storm is a powerful senior government official. According to a source, a former chairman, a board member who is also a political analyst, and other directors were summoned to a high-level office in March last year. The directive issued during that meeting was both clear and urgent: create 7 positions on the hospital's board. The trio never complied. What followed, insiders claim, was not a coincidence but retaliation. Just 3 days after that meeting with the powerful senior government official, a notice to attend a board meeting was issued at 3:43 p.m. and by 4 p.m. the sitting chairman had been removed and a new chairperson elected. Moments later, the source alleges that those involved received a call from the same senior official with a cryptic but worrying message suggesting their removal had been anticipated. Now firmly in control, the new chairperson's first major move was to implement the earlier directive overseeing the entry of 7 new board members. But the real turning point, the source says, came when internal loyalties began to shift. Sensing a growing alliance within the board that could challenge the new leadership, the alleged power brokers are said to have withdrawn their support and backed a different faction. Secret meetings were then allegedly convened, despite a court injunction halting such gatherings. These meetings were reportedly not communicated to certain board members. Using a clause buried deeply within the organization's governing documents, the rival faction declared several seats vacant, citing failure to attend 4 consecutive meetings. Subsequently, communication was issued directing the co-option of additional board members, reportedly conveyed through an internal memo from the company secretary. Tensions escalated dramatically when new names were submitted for an inclusion on the board. Among them were prominent business figures, but one name sparked widespread concern across all factions, raising fears of a broader attempt to gain control of the institution. Alarmed, some board members sought intervention from a senior political figure, who later addressed the media and publicly disclosed the alleged sequence of events. And what followed over the weekend was a spectacle that captured national attention. The source also alleges that hired individuals disrupted an annual general meeting shortly afterward, arriving in a public service vehicle and allegedly coordinated by a political figure from the Nairobi County Assembly. Mudhoni Brenda for TV47.
Now the news, the re-election